This video is an overview of how to set up your 10-inch Intex sand filter. Setup is simple and easy, but care must be taken to follow all the instructions and recommendations in this video and your owner's manual. Failure to do so could result in injury or product damage. Please follow these recommendations when setting up your filter pump. Choose the location carefully. Once the sand tank is filled with sand, it will be heavy and difficult to move. The filter pump should be as far from the pool as the hoses will allow. Do not place anything near the pump that might impede the flow of air. Good air circulation is important for motor cooling. Do not turn the pump on unless the pool was filled with water to the proper level. Do not operate the pump when there are people in the pool. You will need an electrical outlet within reach of the power cord, but not closer than 6 feet from the pool. You must be able to plug the pump into an electrical outlet without using an extension cord. Use only a GFCI or RCD electrical outlet for safety. If the outlet trips the circuit repeatedly, correct the problem before using the pump. You will also need a Phillips head screwdriver, a level stable platform, which is vibration-free, on which to place the system, and either a number 20 silica sand or glass media. Be sure to keep children away from sand and glass media, and take precautions against sand and glass dust in the air, which can irritate eyes and lungs. Begin by removing the pump and all accessories from the packaging. Inspect for visible damage. Do not assemble the pump if the parts are damaged or missing. For replacement parts, please visit our website at www.intexcorp.com. Place your platform midway between the inlet and outlet fittings of the pool as far from the pool as the hoses will allow, so the pump cannot be used to climb into the pool. The platform must be placed on a firm, level surface. Place the tank support base on the platform as shown. Then place the tank on the support base. The tank drain cap should be facing away from the center of the platform. Lower the pump motor assembly onto the tank support base as shown. The water inlet port should face the pool. Some communities require that the filter and pump be secured to the ground. Check your local requirements. Locate the transparent leaf trap. Check that the 2 leads trap holdings, the L-shaped leaf trap O-ring, and the motor inlet port O-ring are in place. Then screw the leaf trap onto the pump motor inlet port. Using your Phillips screwdriver, remove the bolt from the clamp that will secure the 6-way valve to the top of the sand tank. Set the clamp aside. Locate the center pipe and filter grid. Notice the minimum and maximum lines on the pipe. The amount of sand in the tank must be between these 2 indicators. Screw the center pipe onto the filter grid. Hand tighten only. Lower the assembly into the tank. The filter grid should fit securely at the bottom of the tank. The grid and the pipe should be centered in the tank. Place a cup or sand shield over the center pipe before pouring sand into the tank. Sand in the pipe will interfere with the operation of the filter. Refer to the chart in your manual for the quality of filter media required for your filter pump. Slowly fill the tank with sand using approximately half the recommended amount. Distribute the sand evenly in the tank. Add some water to the tank. This will hold the sand in place when more sand is added. Resume filling the tank until the sand is between the minimum and maximum marks on the pipe, and again distribute the sand evenly in the tank. Remove the cup or sand shield and wipe away any sand from the edge of the tank. Please consult your manual during the installation of the 6-way valve and tank cover. Improper installation can be hazardous. First, check that the tank O-ring is properly installed. Lift the 6-way valve cover. Align the small projection on the edge of the cover with a corresponding groove in the tank base. Notice the bypass valve underneath the cover. As you carefully lower the six-way valve cover onto the tank, the projection at the edge of the cover must fit into the groove on the tank, and the center pipe must fit securely into the bypass valve. There are 3 hose ports on the six-way valve. When properly positioned, the port with the cap, the drain waste port, faces away from the pool. The water inlet port faces the motor, and the valve's water outlet port will face the pool. To secure the six-way valve cover to the tank, fit the clamp over the lip of the tank and the valve cover flange. Replace the bolt removed earlier and tighten it with a Phillips screwdriver. Check that the L-shaped O-rings are installed in the motor outlet port and in the six-way valve inlet port. Attach the supplied short hose to the six-way valve inlet port and the motor outlet port, tightening the hose nuts at each end. Do not over-tighten. Attach the hoses between the plunger valves on your pool and the ports on the filter pump. First, slide a hose onto the upper plunger valve on your left and secure it with the attached hose nut. Then to the six-way valve outlet port. Tighten the hose nut snugly. Do not over-tighten. Connect the other hose to the lower plunger valve on your right and to the leaf trap inlet port. Check that both plunger valves have been turned clockwise to the closed position. The power switch is on the digital control panel. Use this button to turn the unit on or off. When turning the six-way valve to other positions, the pump must be switched off. Plug the pump into a GFCI or RCD electrical outlet. Open the plunger valves by turning the plunger valves handles counterclockwise until they stop. Remove the cap from the drain waste port at the back of the six-way valve. Attach a hose to the port. The other end of the hose should lead to a suitable drain. A separate hose is not provided for this port. You may use the hose between the outlet port on the six-way valve and the upper plunger valve on the left after closing that plunger valve. Once you've connected the hose, depress the six-way valve handle and turn it to backwash. You must depress the valve handle first in order to turn it. Backwashing is the first step in flushing dirt and air out of your system. Turn the pump on. Water will circulate the sand and out the drain waste port, pushing out any dirt or trapped air. Continue in the backwash mode until the clear flow of water is observed in the drain waste outlet or through the transparent outlet adapter. Turn the pump off. Turn the six-way valve to rinse. Turn the pump on and let it run for a minute. This will level out the sand after backwashing. Switch the pump off. Remove the hose from the six-way valve drain waste port and replace the cap. If you use the hose between the pool and six-way valve, replace it now and open the plunger valve. Turn the six-way valve to filter. Turn the pump on. Water should be flowing into the pool from the pool upper connector, the inlet jet. You can adjust the direction of the inlet jet by hand. Check that all connections are tight. Note the pressure level on the pressure gauge. The pressure gauge is found on the six-way valve next to the drain waste outlet. Over time, as the filter cleans your water, dirt will accumulate in the sand and pressure will rise in the tank. Check the pressure gauge frequently. When the needle in the pressure gauge reaches the yellow zone, backwashing will be necessary. The timer on the digital control panel will run the pump automatically for a set number of hours at the same time each day. To use the timer, you must first unlock the system. Press and hold the lock-unlock button until the numbers on the screen start to flash. Then use the stopwatch button to set the desired number of operation hours. Pressing the stopwatch button will increase the time of operation by 1 hour each time you press it, to a maximum of 12 hours. Check the operation timetable chart in the manual for the recommended number of hours for your pool. After setting the timer, prevent unauthorized changing of the operation cycle by using the lock button. While the number of hours on the LCD is still flashing, press the double lock-unlock button until you hear a beep. Alternatively, after 10 seconds of idling, the system will automatically lock itself. The number on the LCD will stop flashing when locked. To change the settings again, simply press and hold the lock-unlock button to unlock. The built-in timer will now activate the sand filter pump at the same time each day for the number of hours you have set. Turn the power off to stop the timer. To operate the sand filter pump manually, press the power button to turn on the pump. Press the lock-unlock button, then keep pressing the timer button to scroll through the settings until the LED displays FP. This indicates that the timer is off and the pump is now operating continuously. Before proceeding with any cleaning or maintenance to your pump, turn the pump off and disconnect the power cord. Close both plunger valves. To clean the leaf trap, unscrew the lower plunger valve hose from the leaf trap. Then unscrew the leaf trap from the motor inlet port. Flush debris from the trap with a garden hose and replace the leaf trap and the plunger valve hose. With proper care and maintenance, your intake sand filter will give you years of clean, fresh water.